Welcome back, everyone, to the True Alien Podcast, your daily dose of the strange and unusual. I'm Adrian Smith.
And I'm Julia Jones.
And we are thrilled you could beam in with us today as we delve into, well, let's be honest, some pretty weird stuff. We're talking aliens, UFOs, abductions, Bigfoot, all that good stuff that makes you wonder if we're truly alone in the universe.
Or at least alone in our fascination with the unknown. And today we're going to be exploring the idea of alien allies with a story that honestly sounds like it came straight out of a sci-fi movie.
But that's the beauty of it, isn't it? Sometimes even the most outlandish stories can spark some really interesting conversations. So buckle up, folks, because today's paranormal probe is taking us to, well, a planet of doom. The title alone sets the stage right.
Definitely not a place you'd want to find yourself stranded. So what's the setup for this planetary predicament?
Okay, so imagine this. You've got this tough-as-nails space marine, Jaxon Stonewall Riggs.
Classic hero name. You just know he's seen some action.
Oh, absolutely. Scars, probably a gruff voice, the whole shebang. And due to some cosmic bureaucratic blunder, this battle-hardened soldier ends up at an intergalactic peace summit.
Oh, the irony. I can already picture the awkward small talk.
I know, right? And to make matters even more interesting, he gets paired up with this alien botanist named Pip. Now, Pip is from a planet called Florana, and he's described as, well, cuddly.
Cuddly. That's an interesting description for a space explorer.
Yeah, not exactly the image that comes to mind when you think Survivor. But there he is, all chirps and smiles, carrying a potted plant like it's his most prized possession.
So you've got the grizzled warrior and the peace-loving botanist. Talk about an odd couple. I wonder what kind of chaos that leads to.
Oh, you better believe chaos ensues. I mean, what's a good sci-fi story without a little bit of sabotage and a dash of imminent danger?
You're about to tell me their shuttle explodes, aren't you?
Bingo. Sabotage alarm blares, the transport shuttle goes boom, and suddenly Jaxon and Pip find themselves stranded on, you guessed it, the deadly planet Kregoth.
Kregoth, the planet of doom. I'm sensing a theme here.
And it's not just a kitschy name. Kregoth is described as this harsh, unforgiving world teeming with all sorts of creatures that would love nothing more than to make a meal out of our unlikely duo.
Okay, so you've got the tough guy who thrives on action and the gentle botanist who probably wouldn't hurt a fly. How do they even begin to survive in this kind of environment?
Well, let's just say their first day on Kregoth is a series of near disasters. Jaxon, with his shoot first, ask questions later mentality, nearly walks right past a patch of these vital glowing berries.
Because, of course, they have glowing berries on this planet.
Why not? But luckily, Pip, with his botanical expertise, recognizes them as a source of food. Imagine Jackson's surprise, almost missing his dinner because he was too focused on potential threats.
It highlights that initial clash of perspectives, right?
Yeah.
Jaxon sees danger everywhere, while Pip sees opportunity and resources even in the most alien of landscapes.
Precisely. And then things take a turn for the worse, but in a surprisingly comedic way. Pip, with his inherent belief in diplomacy, tries to make friends with this hissing, six-legged creature. You can probably guess how that goes.
Let me guess. The creature was less than receptive to Pip's friendly overtures.
Let's just say Pip narrowly avoids becoming a Kregothian snack. Jaxon probably had to use his blaster to intervene. But this close call leads to a heated argument as they take shelter under some giant toxic mushrooms during acid rain. Pip's trying to explain the importance of understanding the Kregothian ecosystem while Jackson's all, look, I just need to know what I can shoot.
Two completely different approaches to survival, both valid in their own way, but definitely clashing in this high-pressure situation.
And as their argument heats up, the ground begins to tremble. Something big is approaching, moving through the thick fog that seems to blanket this planet. Jaxon naturally gets his weapon ready, but Pip, in a move that completely throws Jaxon off, steps forward, holding up his potted plant.
Seriously, his potted plant. What is so special about this plant?
Well, as this gigantic, scaled, razor-toothed behemoth emerges from the fog, looking like something straight out of a nightmare, Pip just stands there, holding up his flower pot.
I have to admit, that's either incredibly brave or incredibly foolish.
Or maybe a bit of both. But here's the thing. It works. The plant releases this strange, sweet scent, and the monster stops dead in its tracks. It snorts, shakes its head, and then just lumbers past them, completely uninterested.
The power of aromatherapy, even on an alien planet. I guess there's a lesson in there somewhere about the unexpected uses of plants.
Right. Pip, understandably relieved, explains that the plant emits pacifying pheromones. Jaxon, though he'd never admit it, probably starts to see Pip in a new light.
So the tough guy learns a valuable lesson from the cuddly botanist. Sometimes knowledge is more powerful than firepower. It makes you wonder what other surprises Kregov has in store.
Well, their survival strategy definitely shifts. Jaxon provides the muscle, dealing with immediate threats, while Pip, using his knowledge of the local flora and fauna, guides them to food, identifies safe havens, and even befriends a winged reptile that eats poisonous spiders.
Okay, the spider-eating reptile is a nice touch. It really paints a picture of this strange and fascinating ecosystem. It sounds like they're starting to work together, using their unique skills to their advantage.
Exactly. They even stumble upon another crashed shuttle, which sparks hope of escape. And the story makes it clear that Jaxon, while still tough as ever, has gained a new respect for Pip and his unconventional approach to survival.
So the planet of doom might just be the place where these two opposites find common ground, or at least learn to appreciate each other's strengths.
But of course, it wouldn't be a good story without a final twist. Just as they think they might be in the clear, Pip holds up a withered leaf, warning of an ambush. And as they look up, a pack of sleek, reptilian hunters is closing in, ready to strike.
A final showdown. The warrior and the botanist, back to back, facing their ultimate challenge. It almost feels symbolic, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It makes you think about how, even in the face of the unknown, or perhaps especially in the face of the unknown, we can find strength in the most unexpected alliances.
It also makes you wonder what skills we might have, those seemingly insignificant talents or hobbies that could prove essential in a completely unforeseen situation.
Which brings us to a question for you. What seemingly useless skill or bit of knowledge do you possess that might just be your secret weapon if you ever found yourself on an alien planet? You never know when knowing how to knit or having an encyclopedic knowledge of bird calls can come in handy.
Or maybe your expertise in origami will be the key to building a shelter or even a communication device. It's all about thinking outside the box, isn't it?
Absolutely. So keep exploring those strange corners of your mind and the world around you. You never know what unexpected superpower you might uncover. And if you enjoyed this journey to the planet of doom, be sure to rate and follow the True Alien Podcast wherever you get your audio. Your support helps us keep exploring the wonderfully weird of Friar and sharing it with you.
Thanks for joining us for this paranormal probe. Until next time, keep your eyes open and your minds even more so.
Farewell for now, and as always, stay curious.